Welcome back, Hunters. I'm the Survivalist, and we return Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, our G-Rank hunts. We're continuing with our Elemental builds this week, and we're going to be moving from a Thunder build into some Fire builds, or Flaming builds. So, let me just pop that in the box. Everything else should be pretty fine to keep. And we'll just get rid of all of our decorations on our stuff, and take a look at the talismans. Because when it comes to making the Elemental builds, usually I'd probably say to look for a talisman that has, like, at least plus... Well, I'd probably say at least +8 for... Or even just +7. If you're going to use it for, like, a Talcaw. Because with the double talisman effect, it means you basically are guaranteed to get the highest elemental boost you can get. So there's a loading and fire attack there. Blight resistance there. What other fire attacks do I have? There's another loading, but that's not really what I need. That could be interesting to show off, but it doesn't really give us a lot of fire attack, does it? Oh, there's something. Fire attack and pierce up. That's actually a pretty good combo. And then, as always, we're going to want to make sure we can slot in the ammo saver, so that way we get more of our shots. So slap those in. And what I think we're going to do is, I talked about it last episode, but I think I want to get Haphazard in. But I'm going to see what bowgun I actually want to take for flaming, because there's quite a variety for them. We've got Glavenus, I know has... Now, we've got, like, Combustion Supernova. Glavenus has one, although it doesn't really have that much flame capacity, so I'll probably skip on that one. We do have the Dread King's Harness, which is Dread King Rathalos, and that one, I think that's our winner. It has Rapid Fire for Flaming 1 and Pierce Flaming 2, as well as decent capacities for Flaming 2 and Pierce Flaming 1, even some Flaming 2 Pierce. So yeah, I'll take that out, and let me just slap on the Haphazards. Because I wasn't sure, and I admit I didn't really look up to see what Haphazard does for elemental damage. But we'll test it out and just see what it kind of seems to perform like. I think that should do, so let's take a look. Yeah, fire attack +2, we don't need that much, but that's just because of how much was on the talisman, it got doubled up. Ammo saver, pierce up, haphazard, so we should be pretty potent with that. And just want to make sure we do have... Yeah, we got the long barrel on, and we're going to keep using the Valor style and the Absolute Rightness. I'd highly recommend that pairing for G rank. As long as you can get into the habit of using the Valor Sheath block or parry or whatever you want to call it, more so than dodging, you'll probably be pretty fine through, like, the G-rank monsters. And admittedly, the first hunt today might be a bit of a dangerous one for gunners, because it's actually one of the ones I think is more dangerous for you to hunt as a gunner than it is a blade master. And we're going to see if I can get... Actually, truth be told, I don't think it's going to matter if I get, like, the elemental resistance up. But we'll go for the temper anyway, just to get... We're going to go after a Blangonga. This is a monster that, honestly, with having seen Congalala coming back Monster Hunter Wilds, we might see in Wilds as well, somewhere down the line. But Blangonga is a bit of a dangerous monster for gunners, just because it is surprisingly potent. Like, it doesn't use a lot of status attack, or I should say elemental attacks. I think it really only has 2. Yeah, I'll just do the 1. But it hits pretty hard with its physical strikes, and that's where gunner armor is pretty weak. So we'll take this out, see how we do, and go over this fight. But flaming is, generally, I think it's the first element you're really ever introduced to in the series. Like, well, maybe except for 3rd generation, but usually you have... Oh, shoot. Well, I meant a hot drink, not demon drug, but I guess we'll take it anyway. Like, I'm trying to think back to how they've introduced the elements in, like, the series. I know it used to be Yonkatku was your first elemental... Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, for some of Monster Hunter, I think Yonkatku was the first elemental monster you would fight. But then I think in, like, some of... You also would have had Gaiadrome, which was, like, an ice element monster, so that might have been one of your first encounters. 3rd generation, I think, had you going up against, Was it Royal Ludroth that would be your first, or is it something else? I know you have Great Jaggy. I think it might have actually been that it was a Royal Ludroth. Oh, ow. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have tried to help the cat out. I'm trying to think. I wonder if they've done, like, a little bit of a spread of, like, every generation has had, like, a different element is your first introduction to them. It's actually kind of neat to think about. But yeah, for Blangonga, the biggest thing you gotta do is mind his physical strikes. Like, he has some attacks that... Ooh, yeah. Again, he's pretty fast for his attacks. And they do hit like a truck when they connect. You also have to be mindful of the little buggers he has, too. That's actually where something like Pellet Shot might come in handy, whereas most of the times on hunts, it doesn't have the damage numbers you really want it to. But yeah, that attack right there is probably his most dangerous. It hits very strong, and can be hard to know which way to dodge to avoid it if that's like what you're doing. Or trying to do. If you do have the Valor mode as your style, or Valor's your style, it's really not all that to worry about, but otherwise, it can be a bit dangerous. And I have talked about I need to try to get better using the held scope, or like the quick scope rather than the zoom in. Yeah, see, that still a bit of a fair hit. I know I wasn't full health, but this is also like end game G rank gear we have on upgraded to max, and that still did like quite a bit to us. That's where I think Blade Masters, because you'll have more raw defense in your armor, Blangonga's going to be an easier fight for you. And then that's kind of dangerous, but also, if you know the timing, it's not all that bad. Because yeah, he doubles that up if you do get caught by the tremor, so you need to be mindful of that, which can be another potent hit. Where you really have trouble with Blangonga, or well, I should say I've had trouble with Blangonga, is going on his hyper version in G rank. As he is super fast and super heavy hitting. Like, he has a number of attacks that if they connect will basically one-shot you. That probably being the one if it is like his hyperized version, it will. Yeah, then easiest just to kind of dodge in towards his shadow there to avoid that. Yeah, go up, slam down, get shot in the butt. It is actually kind of funny, with how low to the ground Blangonga is, I don't super need to scope all that much, aside from, like, just even aiming in his direction with the camera. As he's so low, his head is right there for the shots to connect to. Yeah, see, that's why you gotta be careful dodging that one. It's not that easy to know if you're out of its reach or not. And I'm actually going to look at healing up because of how badly beat up I am. Never be afraid to heal early. You can't really take down the monster if you're taken down yourself, so it's far better to spend the time to heal up safely than staying in too much risk of danger. Uh-oh. Okay, so this is where, again, absolute readiness comes in very handy. And then just... Oh, no, I guess because we did manage to not get caught by the tremor, we were okay. Nope, knocked over again. Now, I think to wound Blangonga's tail, you actually need to use Flaming Element on it. So I'll see if I can get, like, more of our fire shots to connect. And possibly get that break. I don't think it's like you cut it off. I think it's more like you just kind of damage it enough that the tail tip breaks. There we go. Oh, uh-oh. I just saw the icon in the top right. Yeah, we got a bull drone too, so this might be... We might be getting knocked around a little bit this hunt. Oh, but that I like to see. Ow. That I don't. Ow. Okay, thankfully... Seems like I do have one of the cats has Dung Bomb skill. Oh, you stinking Bulldrome. I mean, quite literally because of the Dung Bomb effect on him. Just get out of here. Nobody wants you. This ain't your fight. No. Okay, maybe we'll try the Pierce Flaming now. Yeah, I think Blangonga is actually one where you... I don't think Pierce Shot builds are actually going to work all that much with his, like, size. He's not really that big of a monster. Oh, shoot. And that's not good. Thank you, Almond. I'm not going to help Natalie out, though. I think we got to save our own skins first. Oh. Ow, yeah, I gotta remember, don't try dodging that one, because it's just going to be painful. Very, very painful. Whew, I'm actually going to take that tactical withdrawal to another zone to recuperate. Nope. Oh, goody. We're just gonna leave you be. So long, Bulldrome. You just stay out of our way. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, I think there are... It's only a handful of monsters where I think it takes a certain element to break parts. Ooh. I mean, I like the trap, I just hate where you guys decide to place that. It's like, that's not going to be too easy to lure them into. Oh, or maybe it is. Yeah, right down the face. And got sent right back out of the area. Okay, well, we'll sheath that. Get some health back. And I figured we tackle the harder of the monsters we're going to face this week, or not this week, sorry, in today's episode first. The second monster is just a complete pushover for gunners. Even in its hyper state, or like hyper mode. Got help through the first one, but And again, it's dangerous going up against this guy. Ooh. I don't know if I actually got hit or that was me sidestepping back. That's actually one thing. Nope. Oh, hi, Popo. That was Bull Drone back, just because I saw the big tusks on him. That's one of the things about Generations Ultimate, and actually, I also have to comment about, like, World and Iceborne, is that some of the areas felt really small for fighting certain monsters in them. Like this area, it actually doesn't feel too bad for Blangonga's size, but bigger things you fight here, this just feels like a super confined area to do so. Oh, okay, good news is he is limping. And I know where he'll be heading off to, so we're just going to try to keep Buldrome, well, keep avoiding him, and probably go, I think we actually might want to go down to just, like, the basic flaming. Because, again, the piercing shots also seem to have, like, a fair recoil amount they have on them. So I think even if I just go for, like, the level 2 regular flaming, that'll be strong enough to deal with him quickly. Yeah, there was the Valor mode, just wore off again. Having played a bit more and trying out, like, the SP stuff. No, I doubt I can get him with this, but... Oh, so close. I don't think it's worth, like, making any of the Hunter Arts SP. It feels like because of the extra build-up time they have, it's not really worth the payout they provide. Maybe Alchemy Style is different because you have so many ranks up it can go to. Oh, there we go. But for any other hunting style, hunting style, I'd say just keep them at their base so you can have them more reliable utility more quickly. So get some leather beast pelts. I actually didn't even realize that was a item you can get. But, yeah, flying tough skin of a Blangonga troop leader displays authority and might. And we might as well just go through some of this. Just because this is internal ammo, so it's not like we waste... We're gonna have to pay for restocking this between hunts. There we go. Everybody cleared out. Anyhow, that was Blangonga. It's kind of... I almost want to say it's like a introduction to Rajang, because, like, again, it's the same skeleton they use, but you can see some of the moveset from Blangonga, that really heavy physical strikes, the leaps, the bounds, all that, does kind of hint towards some of what Rajang is capable of. But very heavy hitter, and I wouldn't be surprised if it'll catch people off guard, like, if they do go up against him. I think even back in, like, low and high rank, he still hits fairly strong. But it is the one I think gunners might have a harder time with because of both how frequently agile and moving he is and how much he can hit for. But with that done, I'll just put those away, pick up some more stuff from the market. And then we'll go out right onto our next hunt. And this one's going to likely be a breeze. Because we're just going to go back to the Arctic Ridge, but we're going to go after Kezu. I was going to say kazoo, like the little child's instrument thing. So we'll just go for that. Temper. Temper is basically if you're going to go for anything that's not a normal build, try to eat for it. Although, I mean, I guess if you do want the extra card, aim for insurance instead, but I just find Temper helps you out with, like, that just straight damage boost throughout. I think Kazoo is the last, like, fire weak monster we haven't really seen in this this rank yet. Yeah, we will have... Nargacuga will probably be sometime next week, as well as Nursilla there. Zamtrios is another one to do... Actually, maybe we'll go for Zamtrios instead, because that'll be a more fun fight than Kazoo. Kazoo is just so simple to take down that... Yeah, we're going to go for Zamtrios. Truthfully, I think Thunder might actually be the better element to use against Zamtrios, but we won't mind it too much. And let me just double check, everything's stocked up. Yeah, we should be good. Okay. And Zamtrios it is a very, very big shame we never got it in Sunbreak. Or, well, even Rise or Sunbreak, since we did have the Zamites. Because it is such a fun, unique monster that it would be great to see a more modern... Not even like it needs that much to modernize it, but just to bring it back again for just the fun of them. Who knows, maybe with Wilds we'll see a return by it, but it also does vary on just like what else is still in base Wilds, because I'm trying to remember, I think World had 5 base maps. I'm trying to remember how many Rise had. I think it's generally been there are 4 or 5 base maps that you like hunt on. Oh, okay, a little out of range. There we go. You get 4 or 5 base maps, and then the expansion or DLC adds another one into that mix. I figured I was going to try to take the air shots, but you know what? That helps get me out of like any roar lock easier. Now that playthrough, full invulnerability through that. So depending on if like, well, I guess it doesn't really matter too much on what like the other areas still to be seen in Wilds are. For some reason, I'm kind of expecting only to see like one more for the base game, just because of how much bigger the maps are in Wilds. But depending on like how they have the snow setting, because I am fully expecting a snow setting for Wilds, just like how we got Iceborne. Depending on where it's set, it might allow for like some returning monsters better than others. Like if it is something where it's like Seaside or Glacier or whatever, oof, glad I actually saved the Absolute Rightness for that. I forgot he has like the 360 sweep. There we go. Start chipping off some ice from the big guy. Yeah, depending on where the setting is for like whenever we do see the ice map, whether it's part of the base game or added as like a DLC expansion thing. If there's water, maybe we'll see this big guy come back. Because it is fun watching him go through like his normal mode, his armored up state, and then the big bouncy balloon belly. Aw, did that hurt? Good. And this is where... Actually, truth be told, I might as well be using the piercing shots, because he is such a big target. I think Zamtrios is weakest to Thunder first, but then Fire is its second one. Yeah, blow out all that air, big guy. Oop, dodge that. Yeah, we'll just be ready for that. Okay, not coming back our way with that. I think the only part I really have left to break on the big guy is the fin there. And he's armored up again. God, that is such an imposing sight. But it doesn't take too much to really break through the ice armor he builds up. I think the hardest part is just trying to avoid, like, getting turned into a snowball or, like, some of the beam attacks he does. Oh, there we go. Oh, and balloon mode. God, when he's in this state, it's basically like just get your free hits in. Because there's not too much he can really do against a gunner. Like, yeah, he can roll in, like, big balloon mode here, but it's pretty easy to see what he's going to do. And then with the right hunting art, you just kind of render anything really not a threat. Nope. I think he's already, yeah, letting out all the air. Aw, poor guy's out of stamina. Kind of just reminds me like a cat batting at you then. Ooh. Let's not get eaten. Okay. Ooh. Actually managed to knock him right out of the ice there. Okay. See if we can get some piercing shots to possibly break that big fin on his back. Nope, at least knocked him over again. And yeah, I think I'll work with just normal flaming. That might give me better attempts for getting that fin broken. Oh, avoid that. There's the other arm broken up. And I think that was his fin right there. I just heard, like, the little brake sound effect go off. I think it's broken, but hard to tell in the ice. Yeah, it is broken. You can see, like, the white edging and the more raggedness to it. Now, I think we can also break his stomach, or, like, his underbelly there, but I don't know if element does it, or it'd be more like just raw damage will. Oh lordy, he's coming this way. Just going to use that to get out of the way. Yeah, there goes the belly again. I'm expecting him to be pretty weak by this point. With us having gone through, like, his transformation this many times, I don't think he's got a lot of health. Yeah, I mean, thought maybe a little more than that, but went down pretty quick. So I do think perhaps Haphazard helped a lot more than I first gave it credit for. But that was Zamtrios, the big ice frog shark. Ice shark frog? Whatever you want to call him. Again, with how Wilds has been for, like, some pretty interesting monster designs, I could see him sliding in with some of the others that we've seen introduced, just because of, like, the different states he has. Kind of go with the, like, how the environments have been changing, too. Whether he will make the cut or not, I have no idea. It does make you wonder what monsters have still yet to be shown for Wilds. Because I'm trying to think of what the roster is right now. It's a fairly big one, but we've had the majority of monsters, I think, shown all are from the Windward Plains. I think we've only really seen, like, say, 4 at most from the other areas. The Scarlet... Was it Scarlet River? Scarlet Jungle? Something like that? And then the Oil Well Basin has had, it's like, 3. Yeah, I feel like there's got to be a lot more still to be seen and shown off. But that was Zamtrios. Poor guy's not looking too hot, is he? Just a bad case of heartburn. Okay, nothing really that good there. Well, I'm expecting Wild's roster to probably be about the same size, if maybe a little bigger than how Base World was. Oh, excuse me. just because of how it's been going along with, like, reveals and such. But that concludes another episode of Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate for our series. Slowly getting closer to the higher ends of G rank. We've got a few more hunts still to go. This next episode, I think I'm going to go for actually a water build and tackle a couple of volcano-dwelling monsters. Or, well, just some ones that are weak to that. But for now, thank you all very much for joining me on this episode of Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, our G rank hunts. Oh, my bad. If you did like the video, be sure to give it a like. And if you have any comments, tips, or tricks, be sure to leave in the comments right down below. Until I see you all in the next video episode, Hunters and Survivors, please remember, as always, to take care, stay alive, and happy hunting.